Hello and welcome to this session on One Tech World. My name is Vanessa Vallely. In my lounge today is the incredible Jacqueline de Rojas, President of Digital Leaders and Chair of Institute of Coding. Welcome, Jacqueline.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
Hello. So I think everyone should know who you are, but for those watching who don't, a little bit of a challenge this morning. Tell us who you are in about 60 seconds.
Gosh, so Jacqueline de Rojas, as you said, President of Digital Leaders, Chair at the Institute of Coding. I sit on the board of Tech UK and I am a non-exec director. I care deeply about driving digital transformation and fostering diversity in technology.
10 points straight off the bat. So you mentioned Institute of Coding. Tell me a little bit about who they are and what they do.
Such a cool institute. So this was founded about 6.5 years ago, and I have been the chair since then. We collaborate with partnerships such as universities and businesses and industry experts, all working to address the UK's skills gap, but also making sure that the pipeline of talent is specifically diverse so that we can create pathways into employment through tech skills.
Excellent. And Digi Leaders, tell me what they do.
So Digital Leaders is all about how we bring people together who understand digital transformation. We talk about, how the world is changing with technology, but Digital Leaders is all about how we actually do that in practice. And it's got thousands of members, all of whom share best practice right across the country and beyond. And it's very exciting in terms of the information sharing and also the partnerships that come out of that.
Absolutely, because we get there. That collaboration is so important. I think we're all trying to move towards the same outcome, aren't we?
Yeah.
Talking of outcomes in diversity, do you think we're making any progress in the diversity space? I mean, you and I have been in this game a long time. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so let's start with women hold up half the sky, don't we?
Yes.
Is progress being made? I think it is, but we are inching forward. We aren't making massive strides forward. So there's so much work to do, which is why you and I are still here. We need more warriors around who will, both men and women, who force the issue in terms of getting more women, more diversity, more minority voices into tech. It isn't just about women. Of course, women are important, but all minority voices into tech really matter. And tangible change requires sustained effort and sustained commitment. And we've got to keep going.
Absolutely. What do you think the companies should be doing more of in order for us to get that diverse kind of intersectional talent pool?
I think one of the things that companies need to realize is that the biggest way to achieve competitive advantage is by putting diverse teams together. This is how you represent the outside world, your markets, and you can sell into them faster, better, bigger. And I just feel very, very deeply that companies sometimes don't see through the mist of who's round the table. Are they thinking, where are the others? Where are the others when you're in a room full of people who are either look the same or think the same? We need to be more tolerant of diverse voices and opportunities.
Absolutely, especially when we're trying to reflect that diversity in the products and the services that we're building. To me, it's a no-brainer that you'd look around the room and go, is everyone here with a vested interest in what we're building? Have we got all the perspectives in the room? It's just easy. It's just an easy one to do, isn't it?
Totally. I mean, and that speaks to inclusive hiring practices. It means mentorship and sponsorship. It means support for underrepresented groups. It means creating inclusive work environments. It means that everyone needs to be valued and respected. I mean, that's what it all means in practice. Do we do it? Sometimes is the answer to that.
Over the years, have you seen, does anyone stick out in terms of a company that's kind of done things well? I mean, I speak from my portfolio of clients. They're all making great strides, but they're still on a massive journey. But does anyone stick out to you that has done something that you think, wow, that was progressive?
I think there are quite a lot of companies who've done. From speaking from experience, when I was president of Tech UK, we have had and still have 45 to 55%, gender balance inside the business. And that was a big manifesto that we put up right at the beginning. And that matters, that makes a difference. And now, Tech UK is really representative of the markets that it serves. And I think that, they are a shining light actually in how it's possible. But I've also seen, women-owned businesses such as Mr. and Mrs. Smith Travel.
Yeah,
Tamara,
we love Tamara.
Tamara has done such a great job there, just employing so many women, the opportunity to work flexibly, just living in a way and working in a way where you can create that balance, but also that engagement and that mission focus. So everybody wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen a lot of that Tech Talent Charter report, recently cited that companies are kind of, disinvesting, if that's the right word, or they're not investing in kind of ED&I initiatives. What would you say to those companies? Because it's clear we've still got such a long way to go. Surely pulling the plug on funding is the wrong thing to do.
For sure. Halting EDI initiatives is a step backwards.
Yeah.
End of story. Diversity drives innovation. It drives business success. It's crucial for companies to provide ED&I efforts, just so that it can create an equitable and profitable future for the company. So I don't understand why companies would not invest. It doesn't make sense unless, of course, they're led by people who don't care about that initiative, or people who don't see it. And let's face it, most of our, most businesses are not led by women.
Yeah. Okay. And I do think, obviously for the women that are working in those organisations, if they're not being invested in, they will just vote with their feet, right? And go to the companies that are investing in their careers.
Well, and they do, and we have, and
yes,
it shows.
Absolutely. So just to finish off, it's one question. Obviously, you have had a remarkably successful career. What is there anything you attribute to that, like things that our people who are watching could take away, like top tips kind of stuff that you think that was fundamental to that climb?
So I definitely feel that when I started to climb the ladder, I think one of the things that I feel very deeply now is that I remember to turn around and bring the people up behind me.
Yeah.
Because do you know what? You make friends on the way up, and they pass you, they're at your side. So you create this network, this peer group, but it's also born out of not just taking, but generosity. And one of my big values is generosity. And I feel very strongly that bringing someone up behind me once I've got somewhere, that for me is the force multiplier in how we can all help each other.
I agree with that. Fantastic. So giving back, you've heard it throughout the entire One Tech world, the importance of lifting as you climb. Well, Jacqueline, it's been a pleasure. It always is. Where can people find out more about you or Institute of Coding or Digital Leaders?
Find us on LinkedIn, for sure. LinkedIn, Instagram, we're there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching.